Hello everyone, Tom with Capo Fetish. Let's talk about some rare promo platters on the channel today. I'm going to start off here with a one-disc version of the Sandinista album by The Clash. Released as a promo album in 1980. It's called The Clash Sandinista Now. If you ever wonder what a one-disc version of The Clash Sandinista sounds like, this is it. And it's quite good. I've always thought the three-disc set was a little bloated myself. But check out this song track listing here. On side one, we've got Police on My Back, Somebody Got Murdered, The Call Up, Washington Bullets, Ivan Meets G.I. Joe, and Hitsville, UK. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Flows really well. Then on side two, we've got, starting up with Up in Heaven, Not Only Here, The Magnificent Seven, The Leader, Junko Partner, One More Time, and it ends with The Sound of Sinners. Really cool. So if you're a Clash fan and you just are dying for just a one-disc version of the Clash Sandinista, seek out this collector's item at a store near you. I don't know how rare it is. I've never seen it other than the one time I bought it. So this is all it looks like. Here's the front, here's the back, and you get 12 songs on it. So a condensed version of Sandinista by the Clash. Pretty cool. Next one is a really cool album. This came in a promo, a huge promo package in 1969. Now, the Kinks were kicked out of the U.S. for 4 years, between 65 and 69, by the American Federation Union. No one really knows what happened. I think there was just a lot of bad behavior going on with the Kinks, and I don't know. It was just kind of, the whole tour was just kind of plagued. It was like a Murphy's Law type of tour. So 4 years goes by. The Kinks signed an agreement to come back to the U.S. to tour for the Arthur album. Warner Brothers put together this huge God Save the Kinks campaign with a huge box. I showed it in a previous video of an album. Kinks, supposed Kinks Village Green grass from the Village Green. Came with a Village Green puzzle, a little like discography guide, and a button, and a couple of other goodies. And then in the package came this album here, this sampler album called Then, Now, and In Between. It's just kind of tried to get people it was a way to get people back into the Kinks, remember the Kinks. So there's a bunch of songs on here that, you know, would take people back to the mid-60s Kinks period. Of course, You Really Got Me, I Need You. There's a interesting, it's called Early Chunky Medley of Louie, Louie, You Really Got Me, I Need You, Until the End of the Day. Here's the song list right here. Real interesting song list. This came right after Village Green, before Arthur was released. Got well-respected man on here, dedicated follower of fashion, dandy, sunny afternoon. David Watts, End of the Season, Sitting by the Riverside, Death of a Clown, Village Green Preservation Society, Last of the Steam-Powered Trains, Big Sky, Berkeley Muse, Days, and Waterloo Sunset. It's a cool little package here. If you're a Kinks fan and you can find that full promo package there that Warner's put out, definitely buy it. It's getting quite expensive online these days. I bought it maybe about 12 years ago, and it was even then pretty expensive. But this is the album that comes in the package along with the Village Green grass and the puzzle and the buttons and the Kinks guide for their discography. So pretty cool stuff here. Then, Now, and In Between by the Kinks. Here's a really cool box set that came out in 1992. It's called Capitol Records 1940 to 1992 50th Anniversary. This is really cool. And it breaks down each disc into different subjects. Disc 1 is Traditions in Country Music. Second disc is Birth of a Dream, Capitol's early hits. The R&B Legacy, The King to the Hammer, Rockin' the Tower. Memories Are Made of This, Part 2, the 60s and Beyond. Memories Are Made of This, Part 1, the 50s and 60s. Classic Rock Roots. And When AM Was King, 55 to 1974. Really cool box set here. Here are the discs. And it's just a ton of stuff on here. Just, you know, anybody that was anybody on Capitol from 1942 to 1992. Everybody from, you know, Dean Martin to the Beach Boys. all on here. Really good stuff. If you're into Capitol Records history, this is definitely for you. And it's just a great listen. Just so much material on here. So, again, Capitol Records, 1940 to 1992. The 50th anniversary of Capitol Records. Now, in 1979, or what shall we say, late 70s, early 80s, Warner Brothers would put out a lot of these live sampler promo albums called the Warner Brothers Music Show. I have a few of these. I have a Talking Heads one, but this is The Pretenders, live in 1980 in Boston, I believe in March 1980. And this is only available through, people who worked at Warner Brothers. You could still find them, here and there online. But this is a really great early Pretenders show, and captures them right after their first album was released. And if you buy the Pretenders box set of their first album, this album is featured in its entirety in that box set on one of the discs. But up until that box set came out a few years back, this is the only way you could hear it, or on a bootleg copy. But pretty cool stuff. The Warner Brothers Music Show, The Pretenders Live in Boston in 1980. Here's a real curious artifact from 1979. I don't know if this is really a promo thing or mainly just a collector's item or just, I don't know. It's even a cutout here. I bought it as a cutout. This is Joe Jackson's first album, Look Sharp, from 1979, but it's consolidated down to 2 discs. So you've got 4 sides on here. And I don't know why they released this. Maybe to generate more interest in selling the item. But it's kind of cool to have. I think I got it for next to nothing years ago. And I love this album. I think it's this one and I'm the Man, I think, are just absolute fantastic albums. Here's the inside of it right here. Gatefold. So just an interesting little souvenir from 79, a 2-disc version of Look Sharp by Joe Jackson. It's kind of a pain in the ass. After 3 songs, you got to turn it over, but it's really more just a collector's item, a curiosity. Kind of cool. Joe Jackson, 2-disc version of Look Sharp. How about a white disc promo? This is really rare. A white disc 45 promo, DJ only version of Love's 7 and 7 Is. This is really, really rare. Had to get this years ago. As it's one of my favorite songs of all time, favorite singles of all time. Flip side, of course, number 14. But I don't think I've ever seen an Elektra 45, a white copy version. I'm so used to the colored version with the yellows and the blacks. But pretty cool. 7 and 7 Is, white copy promo from 66. Another one here I picked up years ago. I don't know why they even released this this way, but it's pretty cool. It's Urge Overkill's Saturation album. And this came out in 94, I believe. And this particular copy is a gold copy on Geffen Records. I don't know if any of you have heard this album. It's a real kick-ass record. Real gem from 94. The first side especially is really amazing. It's called Saturation. And big things were expected of Urge Overkill, but they never really just really took off. I had more of an underground following. But that first side was Sister Havana and Tequila Sunday. Positive Bleeding, Back on Me, Woman to Woman, Bottle of Fur. Really good stuff. Second side's not as good, but interesting that it was released on orange vinyl, since vinyl wasn't really popular in 94, especially colored vinyl. But pretty cool to have. Urge Overkill would go on to release the Neil Diamond song, Girl, You'll Be a Woman Soon, featured in Pulp Fiction. Here's a couple of cool things that I found. A neighbor of mine was working on somebody's house in Malibu, and the guy left behind a box of 45s. And this box of 45s my neighbor gave me had just a treasure trove of stuff. One of them being a white mint copy version of Bob Dylan's Just Like a Woman. Like, never been played. Where did it come from? It was in this box he gave me. The flip side is obviously 5 Believers. This is really cool to have, especially when it's free and it's in a box from a neighbor. Another one, too, in the box was Bob Dylan's One of Us Must Know single. I don't know if this was even released as an actual single. White label copy of One of Us Must Know, Sooner or Later. The flip side is Queen Jane Approximately. So I don't know if this was held back as a single, but this is just a promo DJ copy only. Really cool stuff. And then last here, kind of a cool little thing, a CD that the Replacements released is just a promo copy back in the 90s, early 90s. This was for their single When It Began off their last album, All Shut Down. And it's called Don't Sell or Buy, It's Crap, the CD. And before, compilation CDs came out of the Replacements, this featured rare versions, songs called Kissin' in Action, Ought to Get Love. There's a song called Satellite, written by Tommy in the band, Tommy Stinson, and then a kind of a mocked up version of Like a Rolling Stone called Like a Rolling Pin. So that's kind of cool. So there are a handful of rare promo platters for you today on Capo Fetish. Let me know if you have any to offer. Tell me about it in the comment section. And as always, thanks for watching. And if you dig the content across the channel, press subscribe. It's absolutely free. We'll see you soon. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Bye.